Greetings, humans. Once again it is I, Optimal Pride. As before, we are here to tell you that we support the Mayne Authority. As that still stands, we've celebrated with our friends. Past splits between others. We are looked up to by our peers, and even I give my right arm for the Mayne Authority. Flying high, never low. Always hitting you with the sauce and the flow. Look out, YouTube. We are here. We are the Authority. Remember, Maynes, go get that bag. Autobots, let's roll up.
There you go.
Yeah. Wait a minute, we out of sauce.
Here.
Hey, this ain't no sauce.
Yeah, what's the difference?
Oh, well, you dusty bastard. Our sauce is made with the best ingredients this side of the Mississippi. If you're gonna give me something, it's gotta be the sauce.
This made in New York City?
If you ain't got the sauce,
motherfucker, that's your loss.
here's the sauce made with the best you ever seen in your life. If you ain't got the sauce, then motherfucker, that's your loss.
Move! Get out of the way! Gotta get down here and tell these boys about the Mayne Authority. They act like they don't know about nothing. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, gotta see the boys out. Gotta see Lavis. Gotta see him on the Mayne Authority. But you don't know about the Mayne Authority, watch out. Move out the way. Yeah, you boys right here. Y'all know about the Mayne Authority whip skills. Skirt, watch out. You know what? When I know about the Mayne Authority, see your car? Your car. No, why we pull up right here? You don't know about the Mayne Authority? They got all this great content right up in here. You're right. Pay attention. What's what I'm saying, boy? You know what I'm saying? Try to tell you. Gotta put you on game. Gonna put you all up with that sauce. And what the hell? Yo, look at that. All you people right here about to learn today about the Mayne Authority. They all up in here. You know what I'm saying? The boys, they're quite the humanitarians. I revere them myself. But still, at the same time, what you gonna do? You ain't know what it is, what it was, what it does. You gotta get the purple drink, you gotta get the sauce, you gotta get your life together with the commercials. You know what I'm saying, boy? Check out the content. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Subscribe.
He is the most interesting purple drinker.
I don't always drink, but when I do, I prefer purple drink. Stay loyal, my friends.
Nothing unites family like a good bottle of sauce to go with your great summer barbecue.
Who made the potato salad?
Al's sauce has been known to bring people of all colors and creeds together in the spirit of barbecue.
Oh, man, let's see what sauce. Never. Shut up, motherfucker.
Bring it over for a good time, whether you're black, white, it doesn't matter.
Hey, that chicken ain't done, man.
Done to me.
If you ain't got the sauce, then that's your
Oh,
loss.
man. Domino, motherfucker.
March! Left, 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 left. Busters loose!
Bang patrol! Don't you know
That's the sound of the Maynes working on the chain. JS.
Don't you know
That's the sound of the change working from the main game.
turn up?
Get come. That's the sound of the Maynes working on the chain. JS. That's the sound of the change working from the main game.
Did you hear me say?
No.
Turn up? Get crunk?
That's the sound of the Maynes working on the chain. JS. That's the sound of the change working from the main game.
Did you hear me say?
Keep it right there, yeah.
Turn up?
Sweet. Six, love it.
thirsty, my.
Get off my book, boy.
Working so hard, see my woman. Who I love so didn't mean me well. Got to stay right here.
Main gang.
Oh, slow. Oh, don't you know that's the sound?
Oh, it feels good to get out of here. Time to change in this bitch. Oh, where's my rag? Oh, yeah. Oh, this damn Gucci rag's too hot.
Welcome back. We out here getting jiggy with it.
Back to the projects. Let me sprinkle this Reggie dust on you. Help you grow. What the does he want?
Going to Septimane. The Maynes have a new video out, and it's got 100 subs.
Oh, don't just tell me that they've got a new video out.
My bad.
Hey, yo, Soundman reporting, cuz. This bird from Compton got news for you, Lord Deceptimane.
What the hell do you got to tell me today?
Hey, yo, the facts is just like this here, player. They're on their way to getting 1,000 subs, cuz. What we gonna do?
How many times am I gonna tell you? We've got to stop their viewers. Maynes, we're coming for you.
The Force will be with you, always.
Hey, man, y'all sure y'all don't want to, like, burn one first, man?
Why did you say that name?
You hear about the cable?
What is thy bidding, my master?
Nice guy.
Forever, forever, ever. Forever, forever, ever.
Know what it is, man. What it do? We have arrived.
So let's get it poppin', man.
You already know it's your boy, Freddie Roy. It's the homie Lavis B, and we are the main authority.
Yes, sir.
In the building once again on another Saturday, doing what it do.
Come on.
Shout to everybody that's here. What's going on, man? What's up with it? What up with it?
Yeah, another week. We made it, man.
Yes, we
All
made
the
it.
snow, all the traffic.
That
all
part.
Ooh,
Yes.
here, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What you, man?
And man, you know, just trying to enjoy my Saturday.
Exactly.
Trying to enjoy my Saturday. That's
this
it.
is one reason why we here.
Yes. Yes, indeed. With the peoples.
Yes.
Turned up just like we was last night. Shout to everybody that was in that Discord with us. Cause boy, it was going down last night. Oh boy, I cannot. If you weren't there, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I can't even. It was on the Intergalactic Airlines, man. We was in there just all over the place. It was one of them nights. And if you missed out, oh well.
You gotta catch us next time.
You know what though, man? We got some stuff to talk about though.
Yes, we do.
We got some stuff to talk about. We got to get into some Boba. Y'all already know. We another episode in. And unfortunately, I'm still at meh. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I did enjoy this episode though. We'll get into it. Then what else we talking about, man? What else we got? We got some video game stuff to talk about, right?
A little bit of video games to talk about, and then we got a little bit of Peacemaker to talk about.
Oh, yes. Peacemaker. I have some thoughts.
Yes, I'm sure.
I definitely have some thoughts. But first and foremost, because we're going to go on and get this out the way, we are at another episode number 20.
Yes.
Dub. The big dub.
Yes, man.
Y'all know about them dubs.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know. Everybody be trying to get them dubs, man.
Yeah, man. We made it.
We made it. We
It was
did.
fun.
We definitely did do that. But you know a different kind of dub that I just can't seem to get?
What's that?
Because I keep taking L's.
Oh, man. I already know this.
You already know where the hell this is going. Because I keep taking L's on 2K. Yeah, we gonna start right there. So this weekend, right, 2K drops season 4 of their little seasonal campaign that they have been trying to throw at us. You know, season 3 was iced out. They had all the courts looking like they was icy. It was all snow and whatnot. It had the holiday vibes and everything like that. Had people trying to grind to level 40. Now listen to me. Hear me close. You have to each season grind to a level 40. And just to give you an idea, unless you out there winning like 10, 12 games in a row, you probably after about 10 games get maybe 15 to 20% XP. Like at a time. And to level up to level 40. And of course, the XP gets gradually slower the higher level you get. Now, we are in our 4th iteration of that. Now, at the end, you would think when you hit level 40, they're going to give you something dope as hell, right? Season 1, you got a go-kart to ride around the city in. That was dope. I was like, cool. Season 2, they hit you with a skeleton skin. So you could have your dude walking around looking like a skeleton out there. Now, look, I'm not a fan of that Fortnite shit in my basketball game. But you know what? It's cool. It was cool watching people out there saucing up with the skeleton. It was all right. It was all right. Then the season 3 rolled around and they gave you a motherfucking suit with like snowflakes that move on it. Look like something that rest in peace, the homie Craig Sager might wear. I was like, what is this? What is this? So you know what they give you for season 4? Getting level 40?
Shut up.
They give you a motherfucking tiger.
Really?
A tiger, bruh.
Okay. Can you ride it?
No.
Does it attack people?
No.
Can you feed it?
No.
Then what the you got it for?
It's just, look, I ain't even using no button tonight. It's just there for aesthetic fucking purposes only. This a bitch. 2K.
Horrible.
This is what I'm doing. I'm grinding my ass off for a tiger.
Trying to make you Tiger King.
And they ain't they though. Like, and then on top of that, they still have not patched it. You still the way you get the most XP is by playing PvP. You gotta play against people. Like I get practically no XP doing single player stuff.
That's
it's whack.
It'd be dope if the stuff that you unlocked, like maybe gave you XP boost.
Well, so you get. Hold on, now we gonna get to that. Okay. So they give you occasionally these double XP tokens, right? So you can get double XP for like 30 minutes. Bruh, do you know how long it takes to run like a rec game in 2K?
Yeah, like an hour. Like 45
Like 45 minutes. So, bruh, if I hit a 30-minute XP token, I go play one game, I might not even get the double XP if the game ain't over by the time my thing expires.
Right.
Bruh, so it's cheap. Look, 2K, Mike Wang, Ronnie 2K, they trolling us now, man. Like, and we just steadily taking it on the head, bro. Like,
Yep. It sound like to me.
Man. I don't even know what to say to myself anymore. Cause it's like I look in the mirror and I just don't even have, when it comes to my gaming life, I am losing self-respect by the day because I keep playing this bullshit. Why?
We need to get you a support group, homie.
2K Players Anonymous sounds real good right about now.
I will create one for you on the Discord.
Somebody do so. I need a 2K intervention. Somebody gonna have to stealth up into my house, hack my account, and delete that off my 5, bro.
No. We just gotta get you where you just put it down on your own because you put a lot of time and money into that.
I'm saying, bruh, let me tell you something.
We don't need that.
I didn't even want to know this, right? But I was on Amazon because I was fiddling around on Amazon the other day, and you go through your purchase history. I didn't know Amazon had the habit of telling you how many times you done bought something.
Oh yeah.
I don't even want to talk about how many times I done bought a PlayStation Network card so I could get some VC for 2K, bro. It's damn near pathetic.
Hey man, it's all right. We'll get you the help you need.
Heaven, I need a hug because 2K ain't doing it. I mean, like, the seasonal stuff is cool. Like, I get the idea of it. It's nice that they switching the city up. I will give them props for that. But like, if I'm grinding to a 40, like, it's cats out here, bro, that then grinded to a level 40 for all 4 seasons. Like, because in order for you, because 2K has this big thing about being a legend. Like, when you grind your XP up to a certain amount, you get legend status. And this year, in order to get legend status, you got to hit level 40 all 4 seasons. And this cat's out here doing it. Shout to them dudes, because I know y'all can't be working. Like,
no outside life.
Show me somebody who is not a 2K content creator that's about to be a legend status and making better than minimum wage. Please. Please. And that's not a disrespect. I'm just saying, bro, that's the level of commitment you need. I ain't got time for that, bro. I can't do it. It's like these dudes be out here. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. 2K, I just don't understand, man. Look, even I can hear my dogs barking in the background. They like, yeah, that's that bullshit. Right. It's like, man. But on a side note, because I got that adult ADD. You know what else is some bullshit though?
What's that?
Notice what I'm wearing in Texas today.
I see that. I was kind of wondering. But
that's because Mother Nature came through here last night and was like,
yeah, it's the sugar knock, bitch.
And like blew everything down. Like, we talking about 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, bro. Like, I'm like, my pop's talking about his grill out back is blowed all over the backyard. It's like, yeah, man. Like, I went to the mall. The little sign, one of the signages at the mall was like blown out of the ground. Like, what is this, Twister? Like, we don't do this down here.
The day after tomorrow.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, it was ridiculous. Ridiculous.
No,
just like 2K. Man. So I'm like extra on edge because the weather and 2K got me live at 5. Yeah, I need a woosah.
Sun is coming down.
Give me some other game news to talk about, please.
Oh man.
What else do we have?
I would love to talk about some Spider-Man. I would love to talk about some Wolverine, but I mean, I don't want to recycle and talk about stuff that we already know. There's no release date for either of those yet. We're still waiting to hear, perhaps on Spider-Man, we're going to get some co-op with Miles Morales, since you get to kind of switch off between the two through the story as it's been reported. They didn't tell us any kind of costumes that we're going to get.
Okay.
So I say we could just fanboy dream just a little bit about how that game could be, because we know we're supposed to get Venom as a villain. We're supposed to get Kraven as a villain, and there's going to be some small ones sprinkled in between there. We can try to hopefully see if maybe Taskmaster may make a reprisal in his role there, since he was kind of a background character, gave you some missions to go do, some side missions to go do, and some talent to complete. We can probably see what they're maybe going to do with the Venom, because the boy who did Candyman, that guy, he's the one that's going to be Venom.
Okay.
I feel like if you're going to go and get somebody on that kind of caliber to be in your game, that means that we're going to see Venom pretty often. And I'm looking forward to that, because this is going to be kind of a new story. We're going to get to see how Insomniac tries to weave the symbiote around Miles Morales. It's not really too many interactions in which Spider-Man and Miles Morales also interact with Venom. So I feel like that's going to be a great story. And it kind of makes me wonder, you got villains like Kraven mixed in there. Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to try to they already did like the Sinister Six already in the first one. So what are you going to do? Like the next version of the Sinister Six? It's just going to be 3 dudes that's going to be terrorizing the city along with Spider-Man and Miles. Like, it's going to take two of them.
I'll tell you what you do, because I've been thinking about this.
Okay.
And if they really want to turn up, here's what you do. You make Spider-Man the villain.
Oh, okay.
So not necessarily the Spider-Man that we played as, not necessarily Miles Morales, but you make a Spider-Man the villain, a la Spider-Wars in the animated cartoon from the 90s.
Hey, that would be dope. We got to see
that would be dope, because then what you could do is bring it all full circle and tie that into the Miles Morales Spider-Verse movie universe.
Yep.
And the whole nine, because they already teased that costume in the first Enter the Spider-Verse movie. They had the PS4 Spider-Man costume in the background.
Yeah.
So somewhere that Spider-Man exists.
This is true.
Now the question is it the PS4 version, or did they recast him and get the PS5 version?
I'm betting that they probably that PS5 version, which is the only reason why I don't have the Ultimate Miles Morales edition.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm okay with the old school Spider-Man.
Yeah, man.
Substitute teacher Peter Parker teaching Miles Morales going out of town right quick. I am okay. And plus, I'm not going to pay another $20 for a game that I already paid for at price.
Right. That's crazy.
No.
Yeah.
You're not getting that much money out of me.
Nah, I feel that 1,000%, man. But I'm telling you, like, the more I think about it, because you made a great point. It's like, what do you do when you already did the Sinister Six in the first game? Like, you don't want to rehash that, but you also have to turn up a little bit. So the best way to do that would be to give us the Spider-Man villain, and somebody that it makes sense that you'd have to have Peter Parker and Miles Morales team up, and maybe even have the Venom symbiote in a way team and be like, nah, we got to go get that mother.
Right. So that's something that also crossed my mind too, because it's like, we already know that we're gonna be able to switch off between Spider-Man and Miles, but nobody
said anything about.
Right.
Yeah. No.
So there's also a possibility at that too.
Yeah, man. It's like it would be incredible to see that, and for them to be able to put like the processing power of the PS5 behind that, and you just, man, could you imagine like just straight and imagine like, even if there's part of the story where, let's say, the symbiote attaches to one of them, could you imagine hitting like R3 and just having the Venom symbiote just take over and you just morph into, bruh, I'd be like, let's go.
Yeah. That would totally
change like the entire gameplay dynamic.
Yeah, I'd like to see them do something like that, because we've had the Wii games of the Spider-Man, Enter the Universe, and they had somewhat one with Spider-Man 3 for the Wii. When you get the Venom suit, and you kind of have that dynamic where, you either use it or not use it, and good or bad. So it would be dope if there's like a segment in there where how Venom is introduced is, precursor. Peter Parker, Spider-Man gets the suit and then has some issues, and then Miles got to like knock him out of it, and then Venom finds somebody else, and blah 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 blah. We go from there. That would be a good intro to that story, wrapping it around what they're doing with Kraven and the other villains that they got in there.
Yeah,
I can totally see it. I'm totally down for it.
I'm telling you, man.
Otherwise, we have a whole slate of games that'll be coming out, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a whole list of those that we know are coming out for PS5. Okay, because everything comes out on PC just about, and who cares about Xbox?
Nobody.
So I'll take that list and I'm gonna put it in Discord, and I'm gonna let you, the people, tell me which one of those you guys are most interested in, because I have seen some anime titles have definitely been coming out a heck of a lot more. There's even some quite a few of them for free in the PlayStation Store.
Okay.
If you want a PlayStation, make your way over there to get you some nice free anime games. I know we got some, like I said, some anime peoples up in here.
Indeed, we do.
Wolverine, another anticipated game that we're waiting for.
Yep.
No date determined on that. We probably won't see that till about next year at some time, but we will be getting a whole bunch of new gameplay footage and stuff here soon.
Yeah.
So wait for that, because as soon as we get that, we're gonna find a way to share that with you guys, because I know I am super excited for the Wolverine game.
Oh,
on
hell
PS5,
yes.
no less. Like,
Come on now.
man,
Like,
I
dude,
can't even imagine what that would be like.
that's gonna be it better be gory as all hell.
Yes.
Like that's
Yeah.
what I want. I want it to be a great story, but I want it to be gruesome as hell.
Yeah.
That's what I need out of my Wolverine game. Please.
Yes, most definitely. I'm totally down for anything like that. And matter of fact, it's, for honorable mention, and I'm going to tie this in with Wolverine. It would be dope if we got a game that was along the lines of Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Okay.
Now, I think I was talking with you about this
Yep.
a little earlier this week. But Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So pretty much what they did was they took all the DLCs from Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, and then they combined, those games as well, all into one. And so you can go on there and the interface at first will bring you up to choose either Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3. Now, obviously, I believe Mass Effect 1 came out for the PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with Mass Effect 2. And then Mass Effect 3 came out on the PS3. So there was you can imagine that each game had its upgrades as you played it. So like as far as the gameplay goes for 1 and 2, I would say it was pretty much the same. And the story and everything, of course, 1, 2, 3 goes in line. You get Commander Shepard, you get to tailor him to look like however you want. And you go through and you save the galaxy. You got to save the galaxy from the Reapers, and you go through different romances between 1, 2, and 3. You get kind of the same crew as you go through, so you get to build your story and your relationship attachments as well as you go through them. Now 3, the game combat kind of changes a little bit and to the favor of being able to cover and shoot, take care of your character a little bit better. You get a little more upgrades. I feel like they got a little more stingier with the money in 3, but they kind of make it up with the DLC because you get an arcade add-on to where you pretty much go on there and set fights between the different factions of people that you encounter throughout the game. So you got Cerberus, you have the Collectors, you got the Reapers, and you can set those, and you get a gold, and you get like 10,000 credits if you were able to get up to gold on that. So then you can use that and buy the many different weapons they got. They got different armors, different suit looks, all types of different stuff. And pretty much you want to get engulfed in this game for the story. This is a very, very broad and vast story game. There is a section or how do you say? I'm losing my words here lately. There's a segment in the game in which you can control your craft, your spacecraft, flying around in, and you get to visit different planets. You can scan them and all that type of stuff, and get things that are important to you in the game. Gotcha. And for the third one, in the conclusion, you're pretty much going around and trying to rally all the different alien races together to go up against the Reapers, so you guys don't get extinct. And like I said, the story is pretty much what you want to get engulfed in. It is one of those games to where you can make different choices, and ultimately you can become good or bad, and that affects the gameplay. If you become good, yes, there are sacrifices that are made, but usually it ends with the person or people that you're trying to attract coming to help you. And if you're bad, sometimes it still goes that way, but a lot more people dying. Maybe they don't do because you made them wrong.
You made the wrong choice. I love them kind of games, man. I love them kind of games where the decisions you make actually impact the narrative in real time. And the better you can do it to where it seems like a natural progression of the story and it doesn't seem like they just pasted that scene to make it make sense. 2K. Real choices that matter, actually. Like that kind of stuff. But I want to see it actually make sense, and I want to see the narrative shape around it. And here you go, Jedi Mike. Here's a transition for that ad. That's what I really hope you get out of this open world Star Wars game.
Yes.
It's that. I want this game to have a narrative that actually grows with you as the character and kind of develops with you as the character. And in a way to where it can still be, and it doesn't, and in my opinion, the game does not have to be 100% canon. Like, I don't need a game that's like where the events actually go into the larger Star Wars lore and canon. It don't matter. Set it up. Give me a story where I've got, evil Jedi, Sith, or light side, dark side, whatever it is you want. but I don't have to necessarily be one of them. Exactly, Mr. Anderson. Like Kodor. Like, give me that. Give me that. Like, I'm down with that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially, I'm down with the open world stuff. So
yes,
Star Wars open world for me is a big, especially if you get to be a Jedi or you get to choose between Jedi, mercenaries at that time, whatever. That would be dope, Sith. Because yes, the Fallen Order wasn't for me.
Fallen Order was all right. It was a little too linear, and I was not a fan of the combat because the combat was like that dodge opening attack, and it was like no. When I'm playing as a Jedi, I want to be fluid and I want to be able to like determine how I want to fight. Yes. And that's probably a bigger thing about like this open world Star Wars game too, is if there's going to be combat involved in this game, please allow me to determine the type of character that I want. Like if I want a brute that can just smash let me do that. If I want a tactical Jedi that uses mostly, Jedi mind tricks and the Force and whatnot, let me do that. Give me strengths and weaknesses that matter in the gameplay. Basically, just give me some depth. Yes. Give me depth. Give me something that is better than just surface level. I'm building up a skill tree that ultimately I'm going to end up with all of the skills anyway. So it really doesn't matter the order in which I choose them, because ultimately I'm going to have them all by the time I get to the final boss.
Exactly. Yeah. We need more of Star Wars: The Force Unleashed.
Yes, that
kind of game.
Force Unleashed was my shit.
Yes.
Like, oh my God. And you know what was so dope about Force Unleashed, other than the gameplay, other than the fact that the story was dope, was that they took chances and went outside of like what we know as the canon. Like going and seeing my dude like actually taking on Leia and Luke and shit. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like, let me see that. Like, just go full blown with it, because that's what we want as fans. Like, we get that you want to keep your story contained and you don't want people getting confused. Trust me. OG Star Wars fans are not going to look at a game and go, that's not canon. You know why? Because OG Star Wars fans don't even know what a PS5 is.
This is kind of true.
Like, let's just be real. If you one of them, I saw Star Wars in 77 at the Starlight Theater, then you don't really know about no PS5.
No,
you
not at all.
No, you got it at home. I got a Blu-ray player that plays these movies.
Probably kept it in the box.
That's my old man right there.
Which one? That sounds oddly familiar.
I don't know, but shoot, you give them a PS5, they might have a heart attack or something.
Right.
Turn on a video game and have a dude talking about
my chest, my bloody chest.
I'm just saying, man.
Most like.
I'm just saying. He'd be like, I can't take it.
They probably know. Button, thinking it's supposed to be a 3D game popping out from itself.
Right. They thinking they finna play Hollow Chess. Right. Like, wait a minute. Where's the table?
Right. Oh goodness.
Oh man, let me leave them alone though. I love my OG Star Wars fans. Let me stop it, man. But
gotta love them.
Speaking of, I guess we've dodged the inevitable long enough. Let's go on and talk about Boba, man. Let's go on and get into this last episode. I'm gonna say something though. Like, this last episode kind of started a little nice though. It was almost as if they heard us talking and was like, all right, y'all tired of flashbacks? How about this? And my dude showed up. Chewbacca came up in there and was like, yes, I came to wreck. You're going to give me my respect. But I will say this. Did he have to go out like that though, man? Like he got outsmarted and ended up in the Rancor pit. Just come on, man. Couldn't he just I don't know. Anyway, small nitpick.
Something to make Boba look like top dog out there. Like,
oh yeah. Well,
something to make this interesting.
Well, Boba didn't even do it though. Boba had to get back up. Boba had his peoples come. Now this was interesting.
Going trope for the show so far.
Yeah. Now this was real. What was interesting is they introduced these characters. It's like little team of like cybernetic human beings that like they modified their bodies kind of bootleg Vader style, and they end up, you know, because of a water dispute, Boba's like, all right, y'all work for me now, like on some mob shit. So they end up being like his hitters, little young hitters out there. Okay. This was actually really interesting to me. And I would love to see a movie or a show built around whoever them cats is. Because that was like, that's Star Wars being moved forward. You know what I mean? Like that, I wish they would have done that. And I hate to even go here, but it would have been dope to see that in the sequel trilogy where it wasn't just Kylo that was, you know, this person that was obsessed with Vader, but like a whole sect of people, like Force users that were, you know, not necessarily Sith, but that worshiped Darth Vader. And like that, you know, mutated and transformed their body cybernetically out of like worship and deference to him. Because then that would have been crazy, because now you're taking it beyond just like the old school Jedi Sith rivalry. Like now we get to see how people that can still wield the Force, not saying that any of these cats in the show could, but you could have taken it in that direction. You know what I mean? And that would have been like more of a futuristic twist on Star Wars. And I thought that would have been dope. But there's a lot, I'll say this about Boba Fett, right? There's a lot of elements in Boba that I like. Not just the nostalgia stuff and how they're bringing things back like that, but it's like some of the ideas that they have, it's really setting up something that could be pretty dope. But I think what's killing the show so far is that it's centered around somebody who we still don't understand the motivation yet.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we know what the deal is, but like we don't like it's still not clicking yet where you see what really has Boba so connected to this, like to wanting to be this dude. I just don't get it yet. Now, the other thing I don't get is why they didn't just have Chewbacca join them at the end. Because like they have this dude kind of like they let him go, and now eventually I think he is going to end up coming back into the picture somehow, because you can't just introduce that big ass mofo and not bring him back. Like we gonna see him again. But what would have been crazy was to end up seeing him kind of as one of his hitmen, because then it would have been crazy just to watch that kind of dynamic or whatnot. I'll tell you something that I'm still kind of on the fence about, and that's the whole thing with the Rancors and them showing like Danny Trejo being the Rancor trainer was dope. Don't get me wrong, I love that, but like this whole idea of the Rancor imprints on you, I'm like, what is this, Twilight? Like every time I hear imprint, I just think Twilight, bro. And it brings back painful memories. So I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it. But I don't know, man. Overall, I'll still say Boba right now is sitting at a strong 6 for me. Okay. Strong 6. Okay. Because this is something that I got to thinking about today. You know, some of the complaints that people are like, okay, where is this going? Like, this is just a bunch of nostalgia being thrown at people. There's really no depth to it and what's going on. And my thing is, we got to remember who wrote this. And the story is so far that Dave Filoni is the head writer. So if that's true, then if Dave Filoni is even involved in this, we know how he writes. We've seen his story, like how he puts together a series. And I'm not talking about Mando, because Mando was more of Jon Favreau's baby. Like that was his idea. He brought Dave Filoni in to help him, you know, shape the story and keep it lore friendly. But that was a story that Favreau already like had in mind. Now, Filoni though, if you go back, you look at Clone Wars, you go back, you look at Rebels. That first season, the first few episodes, it's slow as hell too. Like it's very slow. And this is the way that Dave Filoni likes to write. My dude will set up a lot at the beginning of his shows. And it's usually like a couple of things that you like in your mind, it's like a throwaway. Like we look at it and we like, nobody cares about that. But then he'll have a way of coming back full circle and making that throwaway thing or concept be like totally integral by the time you get to the end. And it all ends up coming together and you're like, I see what this is. The problem or the issue I think we run into now is how long can you get away with that these days? Like, what is do we still have people with the attention span to allow that to happen?
Possibly,
because it's hard.
If you allow them to binge it, it's possible.
Yeah. If it was, yes, absolutely. And I'll do this, and we'll get into this also, because I watched the first 2 episodes of Peacemaker, and the biggest difference, again, aside from the obvious, like we know, like tonally, we talking about 2 totally different shows, bro.
Yes.
Like, let me just say this real quick off the rip. Cena has won me over, dog. Like, John Cena has won me over. Not because he's like this incredible actor or anything like that, but just like because this man literally gives 0 fucks. Yeah. Like, he don't care. He does not care, bro. Like, he doesn't give a damn, and I love that. But what I see with these 2 shows is Peacemaker took the approach of snatching your attention, like with episode 1. Like, they wanted you to understand where they were going with this story kind of early on, because they knew it was gonna be, you know, that eventually kind of the bombasticness, the shock factor will wear off. Like, if that's all you get. Because again, look what happened with The Boys season 2. It's like, okay, like, people were kind of mad on that because it's like all y'all really did was just turn the violence and stuff up to like 30, which is crazy. Right. But like, you got to give us something a little bit more than that. And so I think they realized that with Peacemaker and said, okay, we got to like interlace this with a story that actually will make people want to come back and check this out.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did, because like, low key, when we finish this, I'm going to watch that 3rd episode, because I'm like, okay, where is this going, and how much crazier can they get with this dude? Because he is like,
they totally get crazy.
I bet. And that's the thing, man. Like, I'm like, that show, it's very layered. That Peacemaker.
James Gunn.
Yes, very James. James Gunn is all like, put his fingerprints all over that. And that's I think the difference. Not to cut you off, but I think that's the difference between Peacemaker and Boba in the Book of Boba, is that Boba's a slow burn. Like, Boba is like, all right, we got a little bit of smolder. All right, now there's a flame. All right, now we got a fire. Wait, slow it down. We gotta make it work. We gotta make him wait for it. Nope. Peacemaker was like, kerosene, TNT, C4, all of it.
Yeah.
Just in your face right now. Right now. Like,
they was not waiting.
No, they did not hesitate one bit. And just when I thought, I was like, okay, this can't get no. Is this man dancing ass? Like, is he dancing in these tighty whities, bro? I'm like, oh, he just like Sonic waved at me. Oh my god!
Yes.
Like,
blue. Then they pick her face up.
Then they pick the face. Yes, I'm like, bro, stop it. Oh my god. Yes.
I was down for every little bit of that. And
man, yes.
First, second, and third episode, to me, I still need some more. They gave you just enough each episode to make you come back and be like, well, damn.
Mm-hmm.
I know what the hell is going on next. And I like the mixture of action versus the dialogue. Like, you get just enough dialogue to propel you into the next part of the story, and then you get hit and slapped in the face with some action that even though you might have sensed it was coming, you just don't know how. You didn't know where it was going to come from, where it was going to lead. And like, some of the endings definitely were cliffhangers that was like, okay, if you didn't drop the 3 episodes like you did, I would most definitely already be hooked, at least by the second one, because you kind of like, you know, he picked up old girl, had a great time, and then you know later you see all his mistakes that he made.
Yes.
But, you know, just going from that to her straight up trying to kill a man's and being as strong as she was, it almost didn't make any sense. So you got to watch the 3rd episode so you can understand and see some of the questions that they obviously leave lingering in the second one, because they don't tell him nothing that's going down. You don't know what a butterfly is.
Exactly.
You don't know why he's going out there and having to do certain things. And the 3rd one, kind of makes you see that they're trying to put Peacemaker on an actual hero arc, because you hear constantly what his reputation is, and then you see that he's a little convoluted in his process and how he's going about doing things, and he kind of makes him have a change of heart in certain ways. So
right. Well, let me
on all that.
Let me ask you this, and you know, because you know, occasionally, Mayne to Mayne, I gotta ask you: is it just me, or does it really seem like James Gunn don't like the stereotypical white male? Because them first couple episodes, bro, there are some very strong anti-white male vibes. Like even the conversation about Peacemaker when they talking about his rep, and he's like, I don't just kill black people. And it's like, oh, we going there right now? Like this, and it's just, but it's so subtle. It's like, it's not over the head. It's not heavy handed. It's not like they got the little toasty dude from Mortal Kombat popping up in the corner going, message. It's not none of that. But it's like, you can see, like, even when they introduced his father and you kind of saw that whole dynamic, it really kind of, for me, seems like they were reinforcing that trope. Not that they're trying to sweep, you know, white men in general and say that's what all of them are. That's how all of them behave. But just that stereotypical Southern, like, real conservative. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I want to say. It's like that, and it's just like, but then the flip side of that is they don't go too hard with anything else, because, like, again, let me just preface this by saying, your choice is your choice. We at the Main Authority don't condone or don't sit here. We don't hate nobody. We love all y'all. Don't matter what you do. But I thought, like, the relationship with old girl, I can't think of her name, the black chick, like, that was done. Yeah, it was. That's probably the most casual, like, same-sex relationship I've seen on screen yet.
Oh,
in the sense that, like,
I can't say her name. I know you talk about the character. Her name is weird.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, even that, it's like the subtlety in James Gunn's humor. I love it, bro. But it's like everything in it just feels natural. Like, there's nothing that feels other than, and I think it's brilliant because everything else seems par for the course and normal, quote unquote, until every scene where Peacemaker shows up. And then it just becomes like, is this dude even living in the same reality as everybody else? Like, that's what makes it so, and that's what makes you really end up kind of getting a soft spot for the dude, is because you kind of understand. It's kind of like that friend that you have where you go, he really don't know no better.
Right.
And I kind of see that building. Like I said, I haven't seen the third episode yet, but I feel like that's what it's kind of building up to, is him kind of realizing, okay, I got to, like, some of this is on me, and I've really got to decide how I want, like, what I want to be going forward, because I can't have my cake and eat it too. Like, he's like, I can't just be, you know, this chauvinistic, closed-minded, like, I've got to, like, all about me. If I'm saying that I want to be the superhero that I think I am.
Right. Exactly.
Right. And that's cool, because you, like, I can imagine that as we go forward, you'll see more of that, but it'll be hilarious because he won't be able to help himself.
Right, exactly.
He's not going to be able to help himself.
He's still going to be an ass in ways.
Yes.
But trying. Going to be one of them asses that try.
Yes.
You're just going to have to be like, this is at least good enough. I don't think you can get any better.
Right.
And, you know, you're just a douche. You're no longer a douche nozzle.
Exactly. Exactly.
I guess that would be the upgrade.
Right. But again, like, going back to Book of Boba, like, that to me is the difference. It's not that one show is better than the other, in my opinion. I think it's just the style, and it comes down to what you really want to, like, how you want to engage your audience. Right now, Boba has relied real heavy on nostalgia and just immersing people in the world of Star Wars. Like, that's what they're really drawing on with this show. Whereas Peacemaker is like, no, we're going to get you invested in the character. Like, we're going to automatically, from the first episode, lets you get an insight into what kind of drives this dude. Whereas we're still waiting for that in the Book of Boba. Like everything ancillary is building up around dude, but we're not getting his prime motivation yet. And I think that's intentional because I think there's going to be a point where whether it's a flashback or it's something that happens like in the actual story where we're going to go, okay, so this is what Boba was waiting on this whole time. Right. All right. So now let's get it. And that's where it'll start to take off. And it's just a matter of which one you prefer. I mean, some people, you know, the Peacemaker format is for them. Some people like the Book of Boba.
Right.
Neither one is right or wrong.
Hopefully the Book of Boba does give you that moment because I'm kind of waiting to see as well, but I'm really feeling like what they're going to do is kind of answer the question of what happened to Boba, because I know that was a huge question before we heard we was getting the Book of Boba Fett. Yeah. A lot of people was like, how do you get out the pit? All this type of stuff. What was his trials, tribulations, blah, 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 blah. So like the flashbacks kind of answered that. Mm-hmm. So now nobody's going to ask that question no more. And then I'm feeling like they're just going to probably put him in a position of power and end it there. And then it might play a pivotal point in Mandalorian season 3 at some point where they can lean on him or something like that. But I feel like again, you know, because under the premise of which it seemed it was created in the first place, it was supposed to be the show to tie this over until we can get to season 3 because of all that stuff that was going on with that they want to try to sweep under the rug now. So I wouldn't be surprised if it ends with just as simple as he's the kingpin now because certain people weren't able to touch him somehow, even though he's left and right getting his ass whooped. And season 3, Mando comes in and then boom, you know, he plays a small part in that. And you're like, oh my God, it's Boba. And, you know, you move on. Because I don't really feel like this is going to be a show that you care to see season 2, 3, 4, 5 of. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Especially the way that it's going. And you're only getting, 6 episodes? They'll be getting out of this. So, yeah, they're going to have to hurry up and wrap it up. We're going to pull out the wrap it up box on them so we can see what the deal is because we're already halfway through.
Well, the thing is, so Tamir Morrison has been, you know, telling everybody, oh, well, wait till you see, and I think it's 7 episodes because he's been telling people, teasing episode 7, like, wait till we get to episode 7, people are going to be blown away, yada, yada, yada. So and this is what I think, or again, what I mean when I say this is Dave Filoni up and down, because that's generally what happens with his shows is those, like those last couple shows of the season usually are where everything comes together and you get fully invested and you're like, I want it. And then they hit you with some kind of cliffhanger or something to hold you till the next season. And so I think that's what's going to happen with this. Now, what I'm interested in though, is that going to like dovetail into another season of the Book of Boba? Or is that going to bring us back up to speed with Mando and kind of what that situation, like what's going on with Mando at that point? Because in my mind, I still feel like all of this is going to come together and it's going to end up encompassing not just Boba. I think there's going to be some Mando involved, but I think where this is going is a showdown between Boba and Crimson Dawn. I've been saying it. I feel like that's what this is building up to, that the syndicates are basically going to end up having to get Crimson Dawn to step in and handle and quote unquote handle Boba Fett, and that there'll be some revelation from that has like a deeper meaning or impact to what's going on in Star Wars at this point in time overall. And that's what they're setting up for. They're setting up with this show, it seems like to me. So we'll wait and see. Again, I know that people are still kind of like iffy on Boba, and they're like, okay, it's still not getting any better, or they're doing the same stuff. But I mean, you got to see Boba versus Chewbacca in the last episode, man. What more can you ask for? Like, you got to see Chewbacca. That's all as soon as they showed up, I'm like, I better be able to see this man throw hands.
Right.
And he did, cause he look. Yes, he came in there and was, you know, he was on it.
Yeah,
he was on it. He was, but then, Boba was like,
he still didn't kill him.
Yeah, because he was about to beat Boba's ass, but Boba was just like,
not as long as I'm wearing these Jamaican colors.
It wasn't going down. It was not going down.
No,
it wasn't going down, man. No.
Luckily for him, it's not going down that way. But
No.
Peacemaker keep rolling. It don't need to slow down at all. I'd like to see that keep going. And I see a lot of people asking, which Batman is he referred to? Because he said, Batman's a hero.
Mhm. Yes.
And everybody's like, oh, well, Batman. Well, I'm going to tell you which one he's talking to. He's talking about whichever one the DCEU decides to not reboot, because and on that I don't think we're ever gonna get an answer, because they're not even trying to say that the Pattinson one is even in line with DCEU. That's its own universe, own world. Ain't nobody messing with that. No,
you know what they doing?
Nobody knows about that.
I already see what they're doing with this shit. They're stalling. They're stalling with Batman until we get to Flashpoint, because they are waiting to see how people respond to Flashpoint to decide where they want to go with Batman next. They want to give Matt Reeves and Bat Cullen a little chance to, tell the story they want to tell, and we'll see how it turn out. I know I said I wasn't gonna call him Bat Cullen, but you know what? That's
natural.
His mama called him Bat Cullen. Mama called him Bat Cullen.
But that's why I had to say Pattinson, because I was actually getting ready to say Batcolor and hear you say.
I'm just trying to tell you, man. I'm just trying to tell you. But I think what's gonna happen is they'll get to Flashpoint, and if Flashpoint hits like they hope it does, then Michael Keaton's gonna get some kind of an extension, and he may not have they might not. I'm not saying they're gonna do a Batman sequel with Keaton, but they'll figure out a way to incorporate him in some way, shape, or form, and then that'll be kind of the tie-in where they either introduce another Batman or Bat Cullen ends up getting the sequel. Who knows? But it won't happen until after Flashpoint, because they're going to have to see what they want to do up until then.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see, because there's a lot of stuff going around on Twitter about this reboot, because a lot of people are not about that action. And one of them is Grace Randolph, and she's talking about that no more Battinson, no more Batfleck after this, no more Michael Keaton may stick around. That's up in the air. They're gonna retire Superman and bring in Supergirl, and then apparently they're probably gonna also do the same when it comes to Batgirl. Batgirl's gonna take over for Batman.
Well, then I'll be off the WB bus.
Yeah.
And that's and again, let me I know how people think in 2022 has nothing to do with the fact that they're female. Nothing.
No.
The problem is, why can't you have both?
Right.
You've created a scenario. And again, if there are people that will enjoy, I'm sure there are people that are going to enjoy Supergirl and Batwoman and eat those properties up. Pun intended. But I am not one of them, because I'm here for the Batman. I'm here for Clark Kent. Those are the staples. How the hell are you going to have a DC universe without them?
Right.
I can see if you want to focus on other characters, cool. But you just going to write them out and ride them off into the sunset, and you want me to believe that all of these events that you are going to try to have take place are going to take place, and Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent ain't going to want to have no part of that action? Come on, man. That don't even make sense saying it. That's the problem I have. Don't sacrifice narrative for the sake of your agenda. That's all I'm saying. You can be as diverse and as inclusive as you want to be, as long as you telling me a great story. If you're not telling me a great story, I'm not here for it. And I will bet you whatever you want, there's not a good enough story or explanation you can give me that will make me accept Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne saying, we going to sit this one out. Y'all go handle that.
Right. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. It's the heavy pivot away from the Snyder cut or the Snyder verse.
That
is why they're doing it. So, of course, Batman and Superman was the pillars in which that was built. So now they're going to try to push those aside for a little bit, maybe let them cool off and come back later. There's still a possibility we'll get a Superman movie. Apparently, they're still trying to talk about that, depending on the director they can get and the way they want to do it. It's still the same type of tropes behind it that we're still looking for about Brainiac and and all that types of stuff. we may still see that. Who knows? Batman is up in the air. Other than Matt Reeves, we don't know if they're doing anything in the DCEU. They're trying to pull it over, like you said. They might be stalling, so they can bring him in if everybody likes the Matt Reeves version some kind of way. But that just remains to be seen. They could also be trying to do the DCEU, give the Supergirl and put Batgirl in there, because if Matt Reeves does take off, that'll be its own verse. They can keep that isolated and hopefully away from whatever it is they're trying to do with that extended universe over there. I don't understand why they're doing that. It's kind of as if like Marvel decided to make Blade and everything else just by themselves, not even canon to the MCU. I don't understand why they're doing that, but I don't know. Maybe they think they're going to maximize their profits by being able to have a universe and a isolated universe.
See, and I'm glad you said that, because this is where I think we'll end on this point. Because I can already hear the DC apologists out there. Not you, homie, because you keep it a buck when it comes to DC. Just like I keep it a buck when I'm talking about my Star Wars. But some DC apologists might be like, well, didn't Marvel do that because they basically killed off Iron Man and they killed off Captain America, so how can you have stuff going on? I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you how. Because we got thorough, fulfilling arcs with Chris Evans and RDJ. Those dudes had a series of movies and we got to see their entire story. They weren't sprinkling in new versions of those characters every 2 or 3 years and giving us another origin story about the same character that we've seen 10 times on the big screen. That's the difference. You need to stick to one and tell that story.
Right.
Complete that first.
Right. Even if it's unique, just pick something and run with it.
Yes.
Please.
I mean, look, I'm still hyped about the Black Adam movie, but if you're going to say that you're going to quote unquote retire Superman, then there goes my opportunity to see Henry Cavill versus The Rock.
Right.
And that's bullshit.
Exactly.
Because who don't want to see them at WrestleMania?
Right.
Because that's what would happen. Just to promote the movie, Henry Cavill would show up in the WWE and him and The Rock would go head. Who don't want to see that?
Right.
Come on, man. I'm just saying, bro. Like,
that would totally be enjoyable.
Oh man, but I'm just that would be insane. But seriously, with the movie though, like think about the electricity of those two with Black Adam, because I really feel like Rock's about to nail this Black Adam. He about to murder this, bro. Like it's gonna be something different, and because it's a passion project. Anytime you have an actor who is thoroughly immersed in look at what happened with Heath Ledger and the Joker. You know what I'm saying? It takes an actor to really decide, I'm going to lose myself in that character. Look at Val Kilmer and Doc Holliday, if you want to take it way back. Like, my man lost all that weight to be every bit of Doc Holliday. Learned to handle a pistol so he could be Doc Holliday. That is dedication. That is the kind of dedication that when you have an actor that is willing to make those kind of sacrifices, you don't tell them, nah, homie, we're going to sit you over here on the side. We decide to go in a different direction. That don't even make sense.
No.
Don't even make sense.
Yeah.
But
it's DC for you. It's WB.
That
is WB. Well, I know you said we're going to end on that, but I'm going to drop something on you and then we're going to go right after I drop that. Did you know that they're casting for a Fallout show?
Say what? Now I've heard this rumor. Multiple times. I've heard this, and is there some meat on this bone, man?
Yes, there is. It's going to be a Fallout show from Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And they're casting now, and it's being ran by Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan from Westworld. So there's definitely some meat on that bone. Man. Definitely.
I am cautiously optimistic.
Yes, I mean it's only in casting stage, so
Prime has not done a bad job. When you look at The Boys, when you look at Invincible, they seem to know what they're doing.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, I am going to be very much so on that ass when it comes to Fallout, because you had better not take any liberties telling that story. Right. You better not change shit.
It kind of makes me wonder how they're going to go about it. What angle are they going to?
You got to do the Lone Vault. You got to do the Lone Wanderer. It's got to be. I don't care. It doesn't necessarily have to be a retelling of the Vault 111, right. Or it doesn't have to be like 3 or 4. I don't need to see them, but it's got to be a new Vault, and it's got to have you've got to have the Lone Vault Dweller. It's got to follow that format, unless they're gonna do a origin story where they kind of like build up to the nukes falling and all in 2077 whenever that was, according to Fallout. I think it was 2077. I'm almost certain it was 2077 when the bombs fell. October, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, somewhere in there. But I say, hold on to that, man, because maybe we'll come back and talk about that in another video.
Oh man, ain't no maybe. We gonna get into that, man. And I tell you what, if they do Fallout 3, I better get the tunnel snakes, man. And you better make sure you cast the tunnel snakes right. Cause them dudes need to be every bit of like Grease rejects. Like they got like the whole look at that Jedi Jin October 2077. Tell me I don't know my Fallout, damn it.
Yeah.
That's my shit.
About that. I was doing a little looking.
Oh man, look, you about to make me install. You about to make me go through another Fallout 4 playthrough, bro. Notice I said 4, not 76.
Right.
Don't do that here.
Don't do that here.
No.
At all.
No.
They tried hard too, didn't they? They tried out DLC contents, giving you stuff for free. Nope. I am okay. I am okay on that.
You try to hand me Fallout 76 for free, and I'm gonna look right at your ass and be like, no! Keep moving.
Right.
I ain't doing that. We don't talk 76. We write Jedi Jin.
Yeah. No, we're okay.
But that was a lovely, positive little nugget to drop in the bucket on the way out. Yes. My man, I appreciate that. Because, I was about to take it back to 2K. But you know what? I think I'm going to watch Peacemaker. And then I'm going to try to make peace without playing 2K tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to be free a little after this. We can shoot some people on some Division, man.
Oh, man, I'm down.
Use that new controller. Yeah.
That new one. That new.
That new one.
That new to the new.
Yeah.
It
makes a difference,
player, doesn't it? All the difference in the world. Make you not even want to go back.
No, I can't. I can't go back.
No, you can't. You stuck now.
Yeah, time travel.
No
man.
Going back. Man.
No.
Oh my God! Can you imagine live action Deathclaw?
Oh, that'd be
man.
dope.
Oh,
I can't even imagine what that would look like too. Especially
like a live action Deathclaw, bro. I will faint. Right. I will. Let me know when they filming that, because all bullshit. I'd love to be an extra. Just let me be an extra in Fallout.
The casting call went out January 6th.
Oh man, let me see. Let me holler at the agent. Be like, hey, bro, can you make something happen for me?
Right. Hit the agent up, man.
I don't mind, man. I
want to be an extra. Turn out to be a part of the damn show.
Boy, look. I can survive in the capital wasteland. I'd be like 3 Dog. I'd be like 3 Dog. Actually, you look like free. You know what, bruh? Say somebody right now. Go look up 3 Dog and tell me, hey, we got a new subscriber. Yeah. Welcome, 90s Nerd Life. We appreciate you, Mayne. Or Lady Mayne. Either way, thanks for that sub. I tell you, see, look, we hang around for a few minutes and good things happen.
Right.
Let's see if we can get one more sub before we go out of here. Let's see. It's almost 15 after the hour. Let's see. Any other subs out there? It's kind of like that. Kind of like at church when they hit you with that offering. Is there but one?
Right. I know this.
Where's the organ at? We need the organ right now. I'm gonna have to work on that. I'm gonna get us some church organ ambiance music.
Yeah, totally.
If the church doors are currently open, if there would be but one. Man, like side note, totally random. That used to be like the most awkward part of church. Especially if you went to somebody else's church and you don't really belong to a church. Right. And you sitting there and it's like, and then you got like 3 people that look dead at your ass. And you like,
right.
Yeah, I would. But this week I just don't have it on my heart.
I don't think that's the most awkward, especially if you talk about going to a new church. I can't stand going to a brand new church. They have an act that day. Yes.
And you got to stand up.
They make you stand up and wave at everybody. It's
yes.
like, you serious?
Hi, neighbor.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Day,
you sitting there just trying to get up out of there, boy. You like,
right.
Oof.
Like straight.
And it's that one day where it's like, man, I got up late. I couldn't even iron my shirt. I got on black pants and a brown belt. My socks is mismatched. Now y'all want me to stand up here? I still got crust in my eye. I left my Bible at home. I'm barely up in here, and y'all got me standing up trying to.
I'm not gonna be.
And you know, every dude stand up and giving all honor to God. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Glory.
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 Oh, the good old days, boy.
That's how I get out of that. They was like, hey, you stand up and
glory. Yes.
Glory.
Yes.
Right back there. That's all you get out of me.
That's why I got to be a professional. I hit them with that one finger right as they do that song before they do the offering. I'd be like, I'm gonna get out here before they start asking for somebody to come in here. I'm like,
it's coming.
I ain't got my checkbook, Lord.
They sing the song right. And then the music get all slow.
Right. You like,
you gotta watch the drummer.
You see them two. Now you watch the drummer and the deacons getting up with them 2 folding chairs and put them up there. that part right there.
Right. As soon as the drummer looking like, yeah.
Yep. You know what time it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm getting them out of here before they start trying to get somebody to come.
Right.
Then that's when. But see, no. Then you go to them churches where they slick. And they got the usher at the door. Wait, where you going, friend? Like, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all trying to tell me I can't leave? Like,
you know, you had bounces in here,
right? You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
How much that gonna cost? $8.
$8.
$8.
Serious.
And we had $8 a praise today. I didn't know that.
Didn't know he was charging money out here. Oh, I only came to church this Sunday for one reason.
Right.
The chicken.
Because you know, every church had that first Sunday dinner, and that's all they got is yard bird.
Yeah,
everywhere, all day. How we end up on church don't matter.
That don't matter.
It doesn't matter,
right?
But like we always say, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here, man. For the homie Lavish B, I am your boy Freddie Roy. We appreciate you coming through, and as always, we will be sure to catch you
in the
next episode. Hey.
The Force will be with you. Always.
Hey man, y'all sure y'all don't want to like burn one first, man?
Why did you say that name?
You hear about the cable?
What is thy bidding, my master?
Nice guy.
Forever, forever, ever. Forever, forever, ever.
This is the way. This is the way.
Why did you say that name?
This is the way.
Come on, man.
I am a god.
Hey, man, y'all sure y'all don't want to, like, burn one first, man? Come on, man. On with you, man. On with you, man.
Nice guy.
Be careful what you wish for, Parker.